Fascinating news in Thursday's Times. Chinese people aren't having enough sex.
Yeah, so the population of China shrinks as birth rate hits historic low. And I happen to have just spoken to an expert on birth rates, which is Dr. Paul Morland, on my podcast, The Current Thing. I urge everyone to listen after they've watched hundreds of hours of GB News.
Good plug.
So I'm now an expert, Andrew, at least temporarily. So many people thought that overpopulation was the problem. That turned out to be wrong. Now there's a kind of lag where the elites and other people have yet to catch up with the fact that underpopulation is our problem.
In China, that they had their one-child policy.
Which made it worse, which was mad. It exacerbated the problem, completely crazy. Now the population's falling, deaths are up, and population's dropping. So they've got a big problem. And everyone has this problem practically, except Israel are doing quite well. But everyone has a problem. Our birth rates are 1.5. They need to be 2.5. Korea's are 0.8. Japan's 0.3. They're all bad. Even India is 2 point something, and they're about to have a problem as well.
But Nick, China has 2 billion people.
Yes.
So could they not, can't they afford to lose a few?
It looks that way, doesn't it?
No, because once it goes, it goes.
Does it?
Yeah, a few things happen. One, you lose the ability to man your own infrastructure.
Right.
Another thing that happens is you get the so-called care home society, where it's to do with the dependency ratio. You have too many old people, is a simple way of saying it, and not enough people in work. And Japan is facing that problem massively.
So what's the solution?
And China
More breeding?
Face it.
I mean,
no one has managed to come up with a solution. That's the problem. Hungary has tried various policies. Nothing's worked. Our politicians haven't taken it seriously yet. And when you do talk about it, people get weird about it. They think it sounds like eugenics, and they think it sounds weird. That's the big problem.
My family in Northern Irish, there's a lot of people with 10, 11 kids. Maybe that's the way to do it. Or, Nick, immigration.
I can answer both of those actually quite boringly in a very truthful way. Number one, while sort of small religious groups, they do tend to have more children, it's not enough to make a big statistical difference. Okay. Number two, immigration is a short-term solution, because, of course, they get old as well and require care, and it becomes a kind of Ponzi scheme. And there's Paul Morland and Philip Pilkington have done the stats on this. If we carry on at our current rate of decline, by 2080 in this country, we will have over 50% foreign-born people in the UK who literally, not even first-generation immigrants, they've immigrants who have just come over foreign-born, because we'll have to keep plugging this problem. But it just doesn't work as a long-term solution.
OK, interesting.
Wow.
Well, sorry, I've just digested some amount of information.
You've just done the podcast.
I'm the new expert on that.
You're full of information.
I'm going to release a book. I just copy Paul Morland's book.
Well, my mother was one of 10, but I think my grandparents just wanted to make their own human pyramid or something like that. I don't know.
Nice.
Aren't you Catholic?
Yeah, it's the Catholic.
It's
the Catholic.
So we need to make everybody
solved.
Catholic.
We just convert the whole world to Catholicism. Problem solved.
Cultural shift.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's going to feel very guilty and have issues.
But it's not trendy, is it, to have kids? People don't want to know. And, I always like it when Leo and Josh are very positive about their wives and children. They always say nice things,
well, that's good.
I mean, it's probably not going to stop the tide completely, just those two men saying nice things. But
no. It's a good start, isn't it?
Positive start.
It's a good start.